All right. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I am a little bit late. I'm still getting used to everything, and I'm in a new neighborhood, and it's been a fun day already. I'm staying in Calgary with a friend, but last night we were at a concert downtown, so we actually stayed at the Delta in downtown Calgary, and it's a pretty cool little hotel. Um, It had a pool because we always want to go swim in the pool. And it had, there's a restaurant and stuff. We got back from the concert really late last night. Not late, but like late-ish because we refused to pay exorbitant prices for Ubers. So we were stubborn and we waited it out until we could get a cab or like an Uber at a lower price. We were not the only ones doing that. Um, yeah, so here I am in Calgary. And we were going to start at S'mores Please, but I had a little bit of a logistics hiccup because these things, they do happen. When I started planning what kind of tours I wanted to do in Calgary, I started off with finding a coffee shop. And that was not easy. There are a lot of coffee shops here, but they're not very exciting. You know me, I like the ambience, I like the fun, all that good stuff. And I honestly couldn't tell which ones I'd looked at already because they all looked exactly the same. No fun, no craziness, no ambiance. And I guess I was just Googling the wrong or searching the wrong thing. And eventually, a few days ago, I had a plan, but I'm like, I'm not feeling this. And then a few days ago, I stumbled upon this S'mores Please place. And I was like, that's it. It's in Chinatown. We're going to do Chinatown. It's going to be great. And I got up this morning, double checked everything, and realized S'mores Please doesn't open till noon. So we're doing things in reverse, which, well, in all honesty, is probably better for my blood sugar anyways. Go have a little walk first, some water, and then go get some treats at the end. Either way, it's going to be fun. So we're in Calgary right now, the good old city of Calgary. This is my 5th time to visit this city. And what have I been here for before? Why is my phone doing weird things? Okay, I don't know what's going on with my phone today. It did some update in the middle of the night, and now it's starting to fade too often. So hopefully we won't have any bad glitches. So the first time I came to Calgary was in 93, 94. I followed a band here. I'm not going to lie. It was the band Lone Star, the country music band. They were a bar band back then. And yeah, what can I say? I followed a band here. A bunch of us came up for the weekend. I got barred from the Longhorn Saloon for life because I line danced. Because in Calgary, they don't like their women to line dance. Because if your woman's out dancing by themselves, you can't control her. So I was like, line dancing? There's like 20 of us. We can all go out and do this Romeo one. It's all good. And yeah, we got barred for life. How often do I come to Calgary? Second time. Oh no, that was the second time I came to Calgary. The first time was with a childhood friend who did Irish dancing. And yeah, that was interesting too, because we basically, 50 of us told we couldn't come into a bar. Never tell a bunch of Irish people they can't come into a bar. We basically just counted to 3 and stormed the entrance and ran over the bouncers. Okay, third time was coming to Canada, Canadian Country Music Week, because I used to want to be an A&R rep in the music industry for country music. And so I was following my dream, following the crowds and networking. And I had a super fun 5 days in Calgary that was amazing. And lots of stories I could go on for hours, but I won't. Maybe at the end I'll tell you a few. And then the 5th time was a good friend of mine took me on the Rocky Mountaineer. And we flew into Calgary, and we were here for like just the night. And we went to like Cactus Club, and probably if there was a pool, we probably swam in it. Yeah, good times. So we are in Calgary right now. I have a hat on. It's not like super cold, but it's like my fingers are feeling it a little. My lips are purple because I'm wearing purple lipstick, not because like they're blue. And I'm going to flip this around in a sec. Oh, I've had to practice doing that. Hopefully I'll get it right. And I hope everybody's having a good day. I've been a little bit absent from videos this summer, partly just because, I've had a lot going on. I had an angiogram in June, which turned into an angioplasty, which turned into me going AFib right in the middle of the procedure, which was not a lot of fun for me. But I'm better now, except I have a crap ton of medical appointments because they are trying to figure out. There's a lion. There we go. They're trying to figure out why I went AFib. And they're convinced that I had a problem long before, which is funny because nobody ever found a heart problem in me before. But whatever, like, okay, sure. So then I kind of started to get into the groove from that. And my mom, my adopted mom, has been struggling with dementia for the last couple of years, like really struggling, like gone downhill. And we knew the end was coming, and the end showed up last week. And so we've been busy with making arrangements for that. And I am going to turn this around, and we were going to start our tour part of the tour. Thank you. So bear with me because I need to find a setting or two. Here we go. Nope. Here we are. Just about there. Thank you, friends. And let's do this. Here we are. And now we are facing the subject, as they say. I hope this is going okay. Let me just kind of readjust this now. Here we are. So we are in Chinatown. Look at those lanterns right here. Awesome. Now, what I found out is this is the 3rd Chinatown here in Calgary. And I'm going to let you know now that my instructions to get to the first place where I'm going was a little bit wonky this morning. So if we go on a little bit of a detour, it just means we get to see more of Chinatown in Calgary, right? Not much to see right here, right now. Looks like they're doing some building, etc. But I know that I am very close to where I'm trying to be. but there was like 3 different kinds of directions to get there. So this is the third Chinatown. The first one was started by a couple of men who started a Chinese laundry. And I almost hate saying that because that's like so incredibly stereotypical. And I don't really like talking about stereotypes and things. All right, I'm going to pull out my address. See if I can. Okay, I just dropped an earphone. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to fix this. Oh, I love it when my phone switches things around last minute. All right, we are going to take a look on the map here to figure out where this is because now I'm confused. There was too many different ways to do this. And I've kind of sort of done all 3. So I'm going to put this down for a sec right here. Let's see if we can get a look at this. Lion. Sorry. Nope. There we are. Okay. We're going to have to do this a different way. I am sorry I'm struggling this morning. Oh my God. Okay. I really have to put this down for a second. I just dropped my earphone in the garbage. So can't do that. Again, I apologize for being so scrambled, but that is talking. What a fun day today. Oh, I feel so great. Actually, I really do. Just would like this to be a little less scrambly. I was trying to get here earlier today to be able to do a walkthrough, but that just was not in the cards. Sorry. Here we are. Let me figure out where we are supposed to be, and we will get back on track. And it looks like Google is not going to show me. Okay. Avenue. Sorry, we are almost there. Center. So here, this is it. Second Avenue. Let me just put this down. Again, I apologize. For my scrambliness. But I think I got a little overexcited in the talking. So we're going to head back a block. Here we are. So this is a third Chinatown. The first one was in a different area, closer to like right on Stevens Avenue, which is a very popular part of Chinatown here or Calgary. It's like Granville Street meets Gastown, for those of you who know Vancouver well. And we were down there last night, actually. It was really cool. And so the first Chinatown started in 1888. I believe there was something like 35 people that lived there. And there was these Chinese laundries. Then they opened a few restaurants and a tailor shop, which I guess is kind of like everything that they're all kind of known for. And then, I don't know, something happened. Oh, there's a cool bird. And they ended up in the 1900s starting a second Chinatown. And that one ended up with like, oh yeah, and the other one had a grocery store. So that one ended up with like 4 grocery stores, 3 restaurants, a tailor, and a couple of Chinese laundries. And then the next thing that happened was it was basically separated by like railroad tracks. And I think it was Canadian National decided that they wanted to bring, I think, their trains into Calgary. I am starting to feel confused as to where this building is. Did I miss this thing? I don't understand what's going on here. Maybe this is the building. Oh my gosh. What a basket case I am today. So they decided, the article said they wanted to do a hotel depot, but I'm not sure what a hotel depot is. I feel like maybe they mean they wanted to make like an area of hotels for the trains. And because of that, the rents increased because now there was going to be people getting off the trains. Aha, this is the building. I was standing right in front of it. So then the rents increased, and then the Chinese Chinatown businesses were all like, well, forget this. We're not doing this. It's too expensive. We're going to move. We need to buy our own buildings and do things that way. So in 1910, I'm not sure if this is exactly how the story goes. So this is the Calgary Chinese Cultural Center. And the pictures on Google do it much more justice than here. There is supposed to be this 70-foot lobby area that was fashioned after the Temple of Peace in Beijing, but I really don't see where that is. It's something to do with the museum here. So anyways, story has it, a bunch of them wanted to learn how to speak English. And so they went to a church to learn English, and then they're like, oh, we don't want them here, because there was a whole, kind of like Vancouver, like they weren't treated very well in the beginning. And so we're going to go walk around here and see what's going on back here. So they were like trying to banish them. And then they ended up buying a little building and they made a mission. And then through the mission, they were able to teach English and like help the people. And then eventually make a school big enough for 35 children. So they did an actual school. And with the mission, brought all this. There we go. This looks a little bit more like what I wanted. With the mission, it kind of brought everybody into the area, and everyone left the other areas and abandoned the high rent stuff so they could have this whole new Chinatown, which is where we are now, which by the 1980s, because it started in like 1910. And then in the 1980s was when, there we go. This is more like what I wanted. And I'm doing it in a different view this time because I don't like it straight up and down. So sorry, we'll get this figured out eventually. Lanterns. Here we are. Perfect. So here we are in the middle of downtown Calgary in Chinatown. There's a Sheraton Hotel. There's a Cinemax theater in the background there. I love the little detail right here on the lamp post. There we are. And back to that beautiful lion. So now it is at least a 10 block area, and they had all these things they had to really push for, like they didn't want Chinese people or Chinatown to have like tall buildings. I guess they wanted to kind of keep the numbers controlled or whatever. And then eventually somewhere around I think the 1970s, they like actually made a seniors building and kind of went up from there. And to the point where they now have high rises in Chinatown here. And we are gonna just having a little sit on the bench here. I love these scooters. Vancouver does not do the scooter thing yet. And so it's funny to see all these random scooters everywhere. Kind of reminds me of being in Dallas. All right, so this is where we are right now. And we are going to head over to S'mores, Please. So I'm just making sure I know where we're going to, preferably, because I feel like I've led you on a bit of a wild goose chase this morning, and that was never my intention. So let me just figure this out here. I got to get this fixed. Oh no. Sorry about that. My fingers are frozen a little bit and it's harder to do things, but that's okay. We're going over to a really cool spot now that I've figured out where it is in relation to where we are. And this is going to be great. We are going to head over. We're going to see some cool murals in the area. And I'm just double checking that I know where I'm going. We're headed back to Center Street and 2nd Avenue to a cool building that all of our stories this morning have basically led up to. So if you can tolerate my ridiculousness for the next few minutes, I promise you we're going to go see some cool stuff. Besides the same block for like 36 times. And again, I apologize. I am doing my best here with trying to hang on here. It's been, not that it's an excuse, but it has been a crazy few days with leading up to this trip. And then when you get to see your best friend for the first time in a long time, it's hard not to sit and have fun and do fun things. We've been shopping and laughing and eating. Oh my gosh, last night after the concert, we got back and we did Uber Eats. And normally when I'm on vacation, we don't order anything I can get at home. But Uber Eats at 11:30 at night had slim pickings. So we ordered in Original Joe's and I ate terribly and I don't care because it was yummy. We had truffle Parmesan crinkle fries, mini Yorkie pudding things, and salt and pepper wings, because, like, why not? All right. Are the street signs big enough? No, that is Riverfront. We are looking for 2nd. So I appreciate you guys hanging around and putting up with me figuring out where I am in this fun city. Oh, let me tell you where we went before the show. So we went and did a walk up to Stevens Avenue, which, as I've said, is like the popular touristy spot, right? And so we were wandering around and I got pictures. I'll make a reel and do some posts later. But we were down there and we're like, let's find somewhere to go for happy hour. And typical girls, by the time we got out of the pool and got ready and did whatever and headed out, most of the happy hours were already finished by the time we got down to Stevens Ave. And so we were like, okay, well, we'll just walk till we find something. And Stevens Avenue is probably only about maybe 3 or 4 blocks long, lots of pubs, restaurants, tourist shops, and a John Fluvog shoes, which we all know I love. And then there's this Hudson's Bay building, which I thought was kind of weird. Although I guess our Hudson's Bay is kind of on Granville Street. The building looks almost identical to our Hudson's Bay, with the exception of the first floor is all these archways and pillars. And it was so cool. Don't worry, I took pictures. I'll post a reel, like I said, and you'll be able to see everything and how beautiful it was. And there was a restaurant there called The Guild. And so we headed into the Guild, because when we looked it up, it said their happy hour went on until 6. And what a cool restaurant. It had a total kind of like speakeasy kind of vibe to it. And we had to use the restroom, too much information, I know, but we had to actually go down into the basement of the building. And I'm going to run across the light here. And it was really kind of surreal. Like they never touched that part of the building. It had the same kind of little narrow steps and this really cool exposed brick. And I should have taken a picture of the brick, but I didn't. It was fantastic. It was different colors. It just had a really rounded, kind of well earthed, like, you know, like, I don't know, over time kind of stuff that is just really neat. And the bathrooms had these like farmhouse sinks, only that remind me also oh, let me see if I can get rid of this. I think it changed everything when it went dark. That's something that's on my side. Here we go, banners. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. So anyways, the meal itself, the food was so good. And we just had a really nice time. I would totally recommend anybody going to Calgary, going down into Stevens Ave area. I would definitely go to the Guild. Okay, I am not. Oh, maybe this is it here. No, there is some murals. Here we are. No, there's supposed to be a whole. There's another cool one. I like this mural here. I wonder what the words mean, though. There's 2 characters down there. Kind of glared by the sun, though. It's not the best view. Okay, we're going to come back to the corner for this building. So this building down in the corner here. Ooh, I love this elephant right here. You've been on my tours before. I've talked a little bit about a time I went to St. Louis and for the Build-A-Bear Awards dinner. And there was an elephant sitting at my table at my place setting. And my mom's pen pal from Scotland, I got her to collect elephants. And I wonder if this is where it is. So every time I see an elephant, I basically think of Aunt Muriel. I love it when you're doing research for tour and they tell you things are like, oh, it's right here. It's like really easy to find. And it's like, except that it's not. Because, oh, maybe I see it down here. We're almost there. but we'll pick up with some cool history on the corner. So every time I see an elephant, I like to kind of take a picture or take a picture of it in my mind for a little memory. And it just lets me know she's got me. So that was her saying, like, don't worry, you got this. Either way, you're still exploring Calgary and you're still having fun and you're telling stories as you do. Those are some beautiful flowers. Look at this arrangement. I love it. I feel like I'm going in a bit of a purple phase at the moment, partly because I had my last shift with Gray Line West Coast as a hop guide, and they let me work with the one female driver that we have, and she's so cool. And her favorite color is purple, so I wore purple lipstick in her honor. And it is warming up here in Calgary, and I feel like it's getting too warm for a hat. Ooh, there's a cool spot across the street. Big mural. I don't know if I can make this any bigger. I don't think I can. I'll have to play with it some more. So this here is the Canton block. And this is the very first building down here, the very first area where they purchased buildings just so that they could have their own Chinatown where nobody could tell them to leave or ask them to leave or make it hard for them to be there. So it started out with a couple of men who bought the building together in order to make this big, huge, big move to really create an actual Chinatown where they were then eventually able to start all these different associations and have a lot more presence. And in through that, they ended up doing a lot more cultural things. They built the cultural center where we were. And I'm just going to wait till I'm past this. Now, you know, I love anything turquoise. It's my real true love. So there's a place here called Sweet Tooth. And of course, it's my favorite color. And I love it. I'm really intrigued because they say it's hand rolled ice cream. And I have no idea what that is. But I can tell you one thing, I'm not leaving Calgary without figuring it out. And I only have one more day till I fly back. And once I fly back, I am home for 4 days. And then I get to head down to Atlanta and New Orleans, cities I'm familiar with, where I've been before. So I shouldn't have any issues with finding places and knowing where I'm going. And then my last couple of days of that trip is going to be exploring Mobile, Alabama. So super excited for that. Just trying to see. There's some more of Chinatown here. Lots of bubble tea places here. Oh, maybe this is it. And then it just really snowballed. Okay, I think this is maybe what they were talking about. And all the murals down here, they said it's behind the Canton Block building. So apparently these were commissioned murals. And yes, the Chinese they do couple of big festivals, including Chinese New Year, I believe, as well. So this is all commissioned murals, but they also ask people to come down with spray paint and kind of join in and add to it. So I believe I finally found it. Thank you for your patience. Everywhere I looked, they were like, we have mesmerizing murals. And these are definitely pretty cool. Ladies doing something in the kitchen there. Very nice. Look at the vibrant colors, hey? Actually looks even better on the phone here. My goodness, very amazing. Now, when I head back around, the s'mores place should be open. I think the guy working today showed up a little bit late to work. So by the time I go back around, the shop should be open. We're going to go in and get a s'mores. And then I am going to end the tour inside the s'mores place. Aha, here we go. This is where the rest of them are. Very cool. Didn't really say it's hidden. That would have been nice. They made it sound like you could just walk into an alley. Laundromat, luck, fortune, longevity. Get up close to that here. There we are. Leong, I think that was one of the names of one of the gentlemen that bought the Canton. Moz, we got the Taylors. Oh yeah, little convenience stores and grocers. Okay, I feel like this is worth a little more of the craziness that I had to deal with today. Oh, and all the fortune cookies at the top. Here we are. And there, we're going to head around back now and see if they have managed to open s'mores, please. So we can do a fancy thing. Oh, that's a beautiful bird mural up here. I wonder whose hands those are there. I feel like they're there for a reason. But there's no signs or anything saying what anything is. Drives me crazy when there's beautiful art and nobody to credit it to. All right, we're going to carry on with our walk. Come back through this cool, big, long mural area here. think maybe sometime I should maybe do a little downtown walk of murals, especially because we had another, of course, here mural festival this summer, and it looks like there's some cool. I've seen a few cool new murals around town. They have lots of lions around here in their Chinatown as well. We just have a lot of lions in general in Vancouver. Here we go, back around to the smallest place. There is another mural here. And so there we go. There is a big overpass. Oh, and that building has a big mural as well. I'm not sure it'll show because the sun. Try and see it behind the, to the left of the trees there. Might need to get a little closer up. We still don't. Oh, this kind of sucks. It says they open at 12, and it is now 12, and they do not appear to be open at all. So I am not impressed with this. This does not make me happy. It'd be nice if they had the right times. So I don't know what we're going to do at this point. I don't think the ice cream place is open either. Nope, it's not open. So we can't do that. Now, I don't know, maybe we can find a little bubble tea place. I don't know. They do have, one of the things I've noticed about Calgary, I think it's kind of funny, is when we were looking for somewhere to go for cocktail or for yes, cocktail hour. All the restaurants we were looking at are something and something. So like You and Me restaurant, Shoe and Canoe restaurant, Brick and Bar restaurant. Like I was like, what is with all this something and something names? Like it must be a Calgary thing. Okay, we're gonna go back around here and see. Nope, nothing is really open. Easy about all this. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I couldn't see in the sun. What do we do? Let's maybe try. Everything is kind of weird here. Shall we take a look down the stairs and see if this goes to somewhere? Cocoa place upstairs. It says something like weird things on the floor and curtains half hung. And this looks much more exciting. And we'll get a bubble tea and then we'll wrap up the tour. Um, I'll do a mango dream. That sounds good. That's something I know. You never go wrong with mango.
Mango drink, you can choose one free topping. Which one you want?
Coconut jelly. Yeah, let's do like a 30% sugar level. That'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, the ice cream.
Yeah.
That's just one large mango with percent sugar and coconut topping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
The total will be 8.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right. It is definitely one in here. I'm going to flip this around. There we are. Take the hat off. It is toasty worthy here. I'm waiting for them to call my number. And we are at Coco's instead because they didn't feel like opening the other place on time. I'm gonna try and go back today. And there's always like drawn on and written things. Cool idea. Take off my coat here. I am sorry we didn't get to go to S'mores Please. That really drives me crazy when a business says it's open at a certain time. But I guess lesson learned, maybe call and double check because you just don't know. I don't know. I feel like kind of maybe everyone else feels the same way. I feel like post pandemic, you just can't trust anything written, any statement, any whatever. It's just like call everywhere, make sure they're open, make sure the days of the week are the right ones, and leave no surprises, right? So I ordered a mango dream with 30% sugar. I love the fact that you can sugar level. And for diabetics, that's pretty awesome. And we're here in Calgary. And this afternoon, I'm so excited. I'm actually going to be meeting up with a gal that I used to coach in basketball. She used to referee for me, and really neat lady. She's turned into an incredible human, but I knew when she came and first played for me that this was one girl that was going to go somewhere in life. And so I'll be right back. So this gal is now a real estate agent here in Calgary, and she's married, got a couple of dogs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just really excited to catch up with her. I haven't seen her for probably maybe even like 13, 14 years. I've talked to her on Facebook a couple of times, but that's about it. Oh, so I have a mango slushy with coconut jelly, coconut pearls in it. All right, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. And again, I apologize. Things don't always turn out the way you intend for them to. We know it's always an adventure. That's why I call it Girl on a Bus Adventures. Hanging out with me is always an adventure. Sometimes it works beautifully, sometimes it doesn't. But I think we all learned a few things about Chinatown in Calgary. I think it's interesting that this is like the third one. We got to see the original Canton block that started this whole third area of Chinatown that has flourished and grown and produced many cool festivals and celebrations. So I'm leaving Calgary tomorrow. I was here for the Jordan Davis concert last night, which was phenomenal. Jordan Davis, Mitchell Tenpenny, and Ashley Cook. They put on a show. And kudos to Jordan. It can't be easy out on tour right now when everybody's trying to go see Taylor and spending thousands of dollars. Like, does it leave enough money for everybody to see everybody else? But then not everyone's trying to go see Taylor. So speaking of which, I am back in Vancouver tomorrow night. I'm there for 4 days. And then I'm on a plane next Thursday to Atlanta. I'm going to be posting tours this weekend. And they will be going up on the Going Places virtually calendar as well. I tried to do it. I can't do it from a tablet or a phone right now. I don't know what's happening. I spent literally an hour yesterday trying to post it on the calendar, and it just was not working. And I couldn't really just ignore my friend either that I came all the way to go to the concert with. So it's been a hectic couple of days. I leave for Atlanta on Thursday. I have a daytime flight, so not happy about that. I don't like wasting time flying, and I also don't like paying for a hotel room when I can't even check in until 12:30 at night. But that's how it is. So here's the tours to watch for. I'm going to be doing a tour, most likely, down around Olympic Park in Atlanta. See, it's like I go from Calgary to Atlanta where they had like Olympics. I see a theme going on here. Although New Orleans and Mobile have not hosted Olympics. So on the Saturday, I think it's when I'm going to do my tours, or maybe the Friday. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to look at the list of things to do. So I'm planning on one around Olympic Park there in Atlanta where the rings are. And then the other one I'm planning is walking around this Martin Luther King Historic District in Atlanta as well. So going by like Martin Luther King's home, the church he pastored in, where he's buried, and see if I can get into the museum as well. There's like a museum or something. Got a really cool exhibit I'd love to show you guys. And then I might do a little live from this place called Mary Mac's Tea Room because it's my favorite restaurant in Atlanta. And I think you guys would like to learn a little bit of the history about it. And then the other thing I'm going to do is in New Orleans, we're going to go to Ghost Manor one evening when it's all lit up, like kind of like sunset-ish time. And I might do a live. If I don't get into the concert, I'm going to do a live from the Taylor Gating on Sunday the 27th. And there's some other probably short lives that I might do, or just something along some of the haunted houses in New Orleans. And I don't know. I haven't totally decided all the New Orleans stuff I'm going to do yet because I only have 4.5 days there. I'm going to be doing some volunteering and also just kind of hanging out, enjoying the city. And then when we get to Mobile, I am planning on the Saturday probably to do most of my tours in Mobile because I would get there on the Thursday afternoon. And then I'm hoping to go explore the city and kind of orientate myself and learn a little bit more about it, and then head out on the Saturday and do the tours. I want to try and do one of like the old Millionaires Row and also the historic district because I think it's really cool. So there we go. That's what I'm going to be doing. Thank you for putting up with all my technical glitches and me losing my place, forgetting how to find the Chinese Cultural Center, and ironically being standing right in front of it. Because if that isn't a co-move from Girl on a Bus Adventures, nothing is. And then, of course, I lean over the garbage can and lose my earphone in there. It has been a day. It has been a day, people, and I really appreciate you being here. I hope you've enjoyed hearing some of these things from Calgary. And I will say that I was sitting at dinner yesterday at the Guild and saw the Palliser. And I think the Palliser Hotel was where the host hotel was for Canadian Country Music Awards Week. And it just kind of reminded me how much fun I had that weekend. And I got to go to the awards show. My seat was in the 11th row. It's the first time it was televised in Canada. And it made for a super fun weekend. And then I met country music. I want to say it was Jamie Warren, maybe. And I kept running into him all weekend, and he would just like yell my name out every time he saw me. So it was kind of fun. So there we go. We are in Chinatown in Calgary. We are wrapping up here, but it will be on YouTube. So be able to if you're just tuning in now, you'll be able to go back and check it out. And with that, thank you for your patience today. Today is a little bit messy and real and authentic, as always. And so most likely the next time you will see me will be in Atlanta. So there we are, my friends. Have a magical day, and I'll see y'all later. Thank you.